Psalm 92. Uh, spent the whole time last time talking about the caption at the top of this psalm, a psalm, a song to be sung on the Sabbath day. We're not sure who wrote this. It's not assigned to anyone or signed by anyone. So I have to assume that who wrote it is not important. So let's, all right, verse 1. It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to the Most High. It is good. Well, it's good in a lot of ways. Pardon me. And really, all the churches I have been in and attended a service in seem to have this as a high value. They sing praises to the Most High. And I've already told you I've got lots of biases about music. Really strong opinions that I think are right and wholesome, and anybody who doesn't quite get it is, well, they just lack a certain amount of education and sophistication. Not true. Our tastes are so different. There are probably a small set of things where our personal taste plays the preeminent role, and music is one of them. There are things that I look for in music that maybe someone else doesn't. There are things that I find helpful to me and good in music. And this is just music in its broadest sense. When it comes to music that praises the Most High, there are a few things. I'm going to just give you a little quick download on my filter of preference. First of all, when music praises the Most High, it is, in my opinion, it is when the lyric, the melody, the harmony, and the rhythms meet and converge into a unity and whole that everybody, again, this is my preference. Excuse me. There are some songs that the church where we attend, I have heard and not been able to sing. I didn't know them. They weren't bad songs. I just didn't know them. And then there were other songs that I mean, they were almost unsingable. They would have been fine as a solo or a special music thing, but they were not melodic, and it just was. Anyway, I have a thing about that. Then there are other songs that are, the lyrics are my issue. I agree. I think it was, I first heard it from Howard Hendricks, where there's a lot of church music where you take bad theology and you put it with bad music and you come up with a hymn in your hymnal. Well, I don't want that to be true of church music, and I don't appreciate music that is not well-founded theologically. Does that mean it always has to agree with my theology? Well, I'm going to be attracted to that, but I want it to be biblical. If you're going to, a song of praise to God, your best bet is to be biblical. Okay. Pardon me. Another trend in worship is that the lyrics are very self-focused. I felt, I was. They are in on one level, they're a testimony. I don't think that's bad. But on another level, the testimony wears thin when it really is just a series of whines and complaints about how hard my life is, and how choppy the waters are, and how hot the fire is. Not interested. I have to lay aside some of those preferences and realize that the music and the lyrics are two vehicles of singing praises to the Most High. But you know what it comes down to beyond those two things? It's what's in my heart. I think we sometimes lose track of the fact that legitimate songs of praise sung poorly may honor God more than not quite so legitimate songs of praise sung very artistically. Oh, and add in the smoke machine and the light show, and honestly, none of that, it doesn't, I'm going to say it doesn't matter. For me, some of that stuff is distracting. Others don't find it distracting. But what's the point? What makes a song praise the Most High? It's the motive in my heart when I sing it. Now, I will say there's some songs that the lyrics carry my sense and feeling and emotion and thoughts much better than others, but it still comes down to what's in your heart, big boy. It is good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to the Most High. I think I could say, in a paraphrase, it is good to worship God. Now, there's another peeve of mine. I try not to pet it for too long, but sometimes in church, we get the impression that the only way to worship God, or the best way to worship God, is through the songs. We even call that, in some churches, we call that portion of the service the worship and praise time. Well, okay. For a song to get on the list, it needs to be, I think it must be a song of worship and praise. So, okay, I get that. But here's my problem is we strongly infer and imply that this is the worship. This is the praise. And that's not true. It's just a way, not the way. It is good to give thanks to the Lord. I think it is good to give thanks to the Lord personally and privately. And I think it is good to give thanks to the Lord corporately. In fact, psychological research supports the idea that it's good to give thanks. I think if you're not giving thanks to the Lord, then there's only a couple of other sources, one or destinations for my thanks. One would be another person, and the other would be a nameless, faceless, unidentifiable universe. Okay, the first I like, the second doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because, yes, there is a universe, but it is not impersonal. It was created, founded, and it runs on the will of the God of all. Give thanks to the Lord. All right, Let's go back, because that's a little hobby horse. My bad. It is good to give thanks to the Lord. You realize this is not the panacea, but it is a part of a strategy for sustaining good mental health, is giving thanks. I've had clients who, this is especially true of depressed clients, that I've given homework with. I want you to start your day and I want you to write down a list. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 10, but I want a list of things you're thankful for. And they could be little things. I woke up in a bed that was comfortable enough. I slept in it. I didn't wake up on the floor. I didn't wake up, without a roof over my head. I woke, little things we take for granted, and larger things. What happened yesterday? Do this at the beginning of the day. What happened yesterday that is praiseworthy? In other words, you can give thanks to the Lord for that. You realize that James says that every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of the heavenly lights, so that if good came to me, and it did yesterday, I give thanks to God. There are a lot of times where good things come to me through other people, but they are from God. So I give thanks to God. And sometimes I need to write a note or an email or a text message to thank the person through whom this good thing, this blessing came. All right. It is good to give thanks to the Lord, but it is not most of our first inclination. There's several things that work against this. One is we have been seduced by the concept that I need more, always more. Okay, now, don't misunderstand me. There are times when I need God to provide, and asking Him to that's the right thing to do. But if I have this consumerist mentality that is all about I need more, it's hard to be thankful. Maybe impossible. But I tell you, one of the things that I think most often keeps us from being thankful is we're going too fast. It's hard. For me, it's impossible to be thankful in a hurry. I believe hurry is the enemy of lots of important, healthy, godly things in my life. And at the top of that list is gratitude. For me to be grateful, I have to slow down and ponder. I came to this conclusion when God gave me a strange gift of about 6 months where I had to slow down. And I am now, in my life, I endeavor to carry that lesson out, to slow down enough, to be thankful, to identify the things from yesterday and the things from today. But I can't do that in a hurry. So the challenge is, first of all, it is good to give thanks to the Lord. Slow down enough to be able to do that. And when you sing praise to the Most High, let her rip. It's about your heart. It's about what's in you, not how well you sing, not how good it sounds. There you go. It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to the Most High. See you next time on So Care of Stevie Boy.